very much.
We made it. It's Friday,
Yes.
March 15th, 2018. Yes. You know, you can tell spring break is in full effect, right? I can see, like, the audience.
We see youth? Do we see youth in the audience?
I'm seeing youth in the audience.
We see youth on their phones in the audience.
We're readjusting everything we thought we were going to talk about today. Yeah. We do kind of match. A lot of people don't know this. We do not plan what we're going to wear with each other.
We don't, but we are becoming the same person.
We are.
We are codependent. We end up in the same places. We run into each other on the streets.
I know.
We are planning vacations together.
What are we doing this weekend?
I don't know. Should we go to our spot?
It is St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, so we should go to
We should do something and have green beer.
Watering hole.
I'm kind of excited for this St. Patrick's Day because Connie and Gary Seacrest, right out of Atlanta, kept from me my heritage. I spit into a tube not too long ago. Have you done this DNA test? Everybody's talking about it. So I said, all right, well, I want to find out if my parents would tell me the truth. Turns out I'm 16% Irish and had no idea till like a month ago.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm obligated to celebrate with my folks.
My mom is half Irish, so that makes me a quarter Irish.
So you're even more Irish than I am.
I'm even more Irish than you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Us and the guy from One Direction, Niall Horan, we should get together. He's Irish.
We should.
And Bono, all the Irish people that we should try and get.
It's a big holiday in New York, you know, and this year it's on a Saturday.
Yeah, being on a weekend is even better.
I mean, you know, it's a wild card holiday in New York City when it's during the week. The fact that
being
it's
on a Saturday is big time.
I'm very nervous about this St. Patrick's Day.
I was reading, actually, this article, doing my research on my ancestry, and talking about the tradition of eating corned beef and cabbage. Does anybody have corned beef and cabbage?
We always have it.
You
We
always
have
do?
it every St. Patrick's Day. And then Mark and I usually split a big Guinness.
Come on, Cal. Have your own.
No, because I mean, Guinness is like it's eating a sandwich. I mean, it is.
I want him to give you your own Guinness.
My own Guinness.
Let's build up your tolerance for Guinness.
No,
you're quarter Irish, for crying out loud.
No, I love Guinness. You know, it is the great breast milk inducer. Nursing moms out there, if you need extra milk, have a Guinness. Yeah. Just so you know, the hops or something. I don't know. Well, I can't remember what the pediatrician told me. It was a long time ago.
The corned beef and cabbage, they say, what could be more Irish? Well, it turns out, after I did my research, it's actually not Irish at all. It's American. Yeah, we created it here. It grew out of the fact that those foods were less expensive for immigrants when they came to America.
Did you know that do you know how you call yourself a cusp millennial?
Well, I don't call myself that. Obviously, I am cusp millennial post office, on the border.
So millennials are people, I always thought my children were millennials. My children are not millennials.
Are they younger than millennials?
They're younger than millennials.
What are they? Generation?
So millennials, I don't know what generation they are, but millennials are those born between 1981 and 1996.
That's right, we were.
So, how many of you are millennials? No. You're not a millennial. You are what's known as a post-millennial.
Okay.
A post-millennial.
Am I post-millennial?
Yes, post-millennial. People who are not quite young enough to be millennials are post-millennial.
Or delusional.
Yes.
1976 isn't quite.
I'm a post-greatest generation. Yeah, so isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
I thought you'd like that, though, because I know you like to say you're cusp millennial, but I think post-millennial is way chicer. It's chicer.
Look, I just know that I'm at that age where now I'm doing what I see guys do that approach, I'm approaching mid-40s, getting close to 50.
You're trimming your nose hair with tweezers?
I actually bought a battery-powered operating thing that does that.
Mark has one.
That's a real scene to see me do.
Mark has one.
But I'm buying sneakers and wearing sneakers with slacks. That's what we do in a midlife crisis. We buy those tennis shoes with the white rim.
And we use words like slacks.
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 With my trousers.
Whenever I say slacks, my kids are like, what are
slacks, Mom?
And I go, they're pants. They're pants. We call them slacks.
My trousers. It's a midlife crisis sneakers.
Right. Yeah. I like sneakers, though. I don't think there's anything wrong with a suit and a sneaker.
No, I don't either. I just wish they'd give me a little more height.
You can get platform sneakers. But
you can't disguise them as platform sneakers.
Yes,
That's
you
the problem.
Well, I mean, I'll have to buy you a really big lady pair, because there's some lady pairs.
To go with the rest of my lady wear.
I'll buy you a very large lady pair of sneakers that are like, Isabel Marant has like the hidden platform sneaker high heel where it looks like you're just wearing a regular sneaker, but inside
you're lifted.
Yeah, you are lifted.
I will wear them in the shower. I'll be so excited.
Yeah, you're lifted super tall, super tall.
What was that article I was reading about? The accents. Have you? So I thought this was interesting because you know, we have people in the audience from all over the country all the time.
Yeah.
And we also have guests on the show. And when we have a guest with a British accent or we meet anyone with an English accent, they're just so much.
We immediately start using words like controversy.
Yes.
It's quite a controversy over on your side of the pond.
There's just something cerebral about them and smarter about them.
They sound brilliant.
They sound genius, and no matter what they say.
Right.
So there's an article about people who visit here from other countries, what do they think is sexy in terms of an accent?
You mean like people from like France or whatever?
People from France or people from Europe, people from all over the world who visit the U.S., what accent in the U.S. do they find most attractive?
Oh, I can't imagine.
Number 1, Deep South. Those from the Deep South. Anybody with the Southern drawl?
Anybody here from the Deep South? Just kidding. That was a joke, y'all.
Right, y'all. Number 2 is the New York accent.
Yeah, hey.
How you doing? What is it?
Who doesn't like that?
And number 3 is Bostonian accent.
Right.
Not as much popularity.
It's wicked shop.
Wicked garlic bread. It's wicked.
Yeah.
But I understand why it is the deep, like Southern. Just growing up there in the South, even if you're not nice, you sound nice when you speak.
Here's what's interesting. Okay, so my husband, when he speaks Italian to his mom, he does it in a way that aggravates her. And she's always like, oh, Marco, I did not teach you that way.
Why, it's improper, the way he speaks?
She says that he speaks Italian with a Southern accent. And I was like a Southern accent from the South? She's like, from the Southern Italy. And I was like, there's a difference? And she's like, oh, yes. And so for me, as an American, like I can clearly differentiate between like a Southern accent versus somebody from the North. Versus, can't we all, like as Americans,
dialect.
We can sort of understand the different areas where we're from. But if I listen to Mark speak Italian to his mom, I cannot understand the difference between their accents, which they hear so clearly. They hear the accent so clearly.
But you can hear people who are from the UK having different sounding English accents, so they can kind of detect that with the Italian, I'm guessing.
Right, they can easily. But Mark only speaks that way to upset his mom. Like he doesn't, like he wasn't raised in Southern Italy. He speaks that way just to make his mom angry.
Well, a friend of mine she's having a baby, and I keep calling myself Uncle Ryan, and then I started calling, and she called me Tio.
Uncle Tio.
And I started calling myself Uncle Tio, and she said, you know, that's redundant. You're saying the same thing. I didn't know that. But we speak every language in English with your native accent.
That's right.
Just like you did the Italian English right there.
And we also shouted at you as if you have some hearing deficit. That's the other special thing. Like when you speak Italian in Italy to a waiter, you not only ask for the wine, you scream it at him.
By the way, I do it at the Olive Garden. I don't even need to be in Italy.
That's true.
I do the same thing.
And have you ever used Italian hand gestures? So my father-in-law one day he was teaching me all the hand gestures, and my favorite thing that he taught me was, he goes, this is what's going on, and this is what the heck is going on. What's going on? What the heck is going on?
And do you have to speak, or can you just do this?
No, this is it. And there's this.
You don't do some of them.
I know, but there's like, and this is 3. When you count to 3, you say there were 3 people there. 3. Not like we would do 3. You know how this is 3.
Right.
This is 3. This is the Italian 3. This is the Italian 2.
I didn't know that was an international language.
Yeah.
I always feel like if I start
always say 2. This is 2. How many? There were 2. How old are you? 2. You ask an Italian kid, how many are you? They're this.
How many? How many años?
Yeah.
How many years are you?
Quanti anni hai?
I do think that I should have learned another language. I learned Spanish in high school, but I should have learned another language growing up. I wish my parents
We should all be speaking more languages, but we are not because we.
By the way, we're not even speaking our own language anymore. Have you seen the text recently?
Have you tried to communicate with my daughter?
I have.
Okay.
She communicates.
I'm like, are you even? Well. So.
Oh. Come closer.
Lean in. Now, if you repeat the story, I'll tell her that you were all lying and drunk. Okay?
Got it.
So we were on vacation. This is going back several years ago. She was entering middle school.
Okay.
And Anderson was there, and we were talking about the kids.
Anderson Cooper, AC.
Anderson Cooper. We were on vacation, because sometimes we go on vacation. And he knows my kids since they were born. And I was saying, you know, I'm worried about Lola. And he's like, oh, don't you worry about, he's like, that one. You don't have to worry about that one. That one's like through the roof. Like the brain is like, she's high functioning, she's very smart. All of it. I agree with all of those things. But this is what concerns me. She says things like this. As we were sitting there discussing my kids, their school schedules popped up on my phone. And I was like, oh, just got their class schedules. So I say, Lola, come here. Your class schedule, come. She comes and sits down, and she looks at the schedule, and she goes, what the heck is English? I didn't sign up for a second language. Okay? She called English a second language because she had already signed up for Spanish, and now she thinks English is a second language. Okay? And I looked at her and I go, okay? You understand why I might be a little concerned? Because she drops bits of wisdom on me like that, and I go, it's not a second language, that's just English. It's just the class.
And she's that clever, you really can't get around her. Like, I'm even afraid to challenge her.
No, I know.
Right? Like, you can't, she just wins.
She's a winner.
So hopefully she learns English someday, and then she can.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
You know?
Yeah. We have a Josh-licious show today.
Josh-licious.
All Josh.
Josh Radnor is here on the show today.
Yeah.
Who else?
We're not Josh, and Josh Groban is also
here. Josh Groban.
Yeah.
And we wrap up March Money Madness Week with a look at saving for retirement at any age. So we're going to do that in just a little bit.
Yes, we have a specialist named Josh, I'm sure, coming out.
It's time for Snow Way Travel Trivia. Here we go. From Lake City, Florida.
Hi, Tara. Hi. Lake City sounds nice.
It's very small.
Okay, that sounds even better. Yeah,
thanks for being here in the big city. We're going to call Cheryl right now from Scottsville, Michigan, to see if she's watching and can win a trip somewhere fun.
I got a gel manicure for the Academy Awards, and now it's starting to peel off. You ever do that? You ever get a gel?
Hello.
Hi, is Cheryl available?
This is Cheryl.
Well, good morning, Cheryl. It's Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa calling. You're on the air.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, we're looking at a picture of you in front of Niagara Falls.
Yes, I went there on vacation.
Isn't it great? I love it there.
I love it too. It's a lot of fun.
Well, Cheryl, what are you up to this morning?
I'm doing daycare.
You doing daycare?
Yes.
Are the kids sleeping?
They're being really good right now.
Yeah. Great.
All right,
okay,
well, let's
we're going
not
to
ruin
spin
it.
the wheel.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
do it
spin the wheel.
fast. Okay, here we go. Here's a great prize, the Tonka Verde Ranch in Tucson, Arizona. 7 days and 6 nights. It's all inclusive. This trip is provided in part by Priceline. It's a prize valued at $6,500. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Good luck, Cheryl.
That's what I need.
Okay, we're fingers are crossed. Here we go. We've had Connie Britton on the show. On what television series did we say Connie stars as a coach's wife? What TV series did we say Connie stars as a coach's wife?
Oh, my gosh.
You know this.
I'm going through my notes.
It was a show that was on for a long time.
For a long time.
A coach's wife. Coach's wife.
Any guesses? 2
Ask one of the
seconds.
kids.
I don't know what it is.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
That's all right.
Friday Night Lights. Okay.
Yeah. That's okay. Oh, I know.
Sorry, Cheryl. I'm so bummed. The good news is we didn't disturb the kids.
No, we didn't.
That's good. Now you get to help make the day of a lucky member. Oh, no. You and a lucky member of our studio audience will each receive, I've done that twice now.
That's
It's
all right.
crazy.
You just
each
started
receive
here.
a $500 in movie tickets from Fandango, so that's good.
Yes.
So please pick a number between 1 and 235.
200.
200.
200. Who's that? Ah! Screams! She's screaming. Hey, Shel, thanks so much for watching us. Have a great day with the kids, okay? Up next, Josh Radnor's here. We'll be right back.
Still ahead on Live, we wrap up March Money Madness week for tips on planning for retirement at any age. We'll talk with Josh Groban. And coming up next, from the new series Rise, Josh Radnor.
Hello. Good to see you. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Josh. Josh, you look tan. Have you been away?
No. Everyone always says I look tan, and I feel like saying I think this is what my skin looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you look great.
Well, thanks. So do you. It's so nice. This is our time to spend together.
I
I
know,
never
this
see
is
you
a-
outside of this show.
Well, she exists outside the show.
I know. I hear tell of her out in the world,
know.
but yeah.
Yeah.
But you do it all. I mean, you do everything. You write,
Direct.
you act, you direct, you do comedy, you do drama,
Yeah.
you do Broadway.
Yeah.
And now I understand that you're on tour singing.
I did. I have a band with my friend Ben Lee, who's an Australian singer-songwriter.
Okay, wait.
And we
When
just
did
got-
that start?
Like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, we got together and just decided to write a song together. It went well. We wrote another song together. And we just got back from a mini South American tour to Brazil and Argentina.
We just saw a photo. Was that
yeah.
on the tour?
Wait.
That was on the tour. That was in Sao Paulo. There were 1,200 people there.
That didn't seem like a mini.
No.
A mini is like.
Mini meaning we did 5 shows in Brazil and 1 in Buenos Aires. There were a lot of people there.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Do you play instruments? Do you play anything?
I started off not playing. Ben has been playing guitar since he was like 12.
Right.
I
Right.
have not been.
Right.
I've been doing other things. But I've been learning how to play guitar, so now we're a 2-guitar band. It's the most exciting
With
thing
an
ever.
international global tour. I mean,
Well, we're very big in Brazil, inexplicably. I don't know how.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we did these Facebook Live concerts, and a promoter in Brazil noticed that a lot of the comments were in Portuguese. So he said, I think you have some
following.
fans in Brazil. So we
No
went down
kidding.
there. We had the best time ever.
We've done things on Facebook Live. We've never been discovered.
I mean, I know the people in Brazil. I can hook you
Yeah,
guys up.
can you
Yeah.
put in a word for us?
They're great. They're such good audiences, and,
Yeah.
and we just had the best time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it sounds like a lot of fun.
I know. It's nice to be able to, now my acting's like my side career. and yeah, it's all about music.
So
yeah.
you grew up in Ohio.
I did, yeah.
Were you a theater kid when you
I
were growing
was,
up?
yeah. I started doing musicals in high school, and
Ooh, what shows? What'd you do?
What shows?
Yeah, I want to see if we
There's
did the
you
same
love
shows.
the high school
Yeah.
musicals, right?
Yeah,
Like, my first show was Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. And then I did cabaret. That was I played the MC in cabaret. That was kind of it for me.
That's very like scandalous for high school, right?
It was,
yes.
yeah, which is good that happens in Rise. But yeah, it was. We softened it a bit. I don't think I understood everything scandalous about it.
Right.
What were you in?
I usually played the background, surprisingly, because I have the voice of an angel. But usually I was like a, you know, in Brigadoon, I was like a guy. I play a lot of, you know,
you were a utility player.
I was a utility player.
Where they needed you.
Yeah.
You were a team player.
They just put me in.
Yeah.
You know,
then
in the back.
I went to this children's theater and I started doing these summer musicals. You know, I did Joseph and Jesus Christ Superstar and Into the Woods and all that.
Holy cow, you were really, I mean, so you knew at an early age, like you had a calling.
I did. I had to hide that from my parents.
Why?
Well, you know, I was from Ohio, and that's not what proper Columbus, Ohio kids don't become professional actors. That's
just not what they do.
No, that's
have your parents forgiven you?
They just got on board. They're now.
They've just come to visit?
They just said, we're good with it.
What were they afraid of? Do you know what they feared?
Like homelessness.
Homelessness, right,
I think they just wanted you to be in a rock band. Now you're in a rock band. It's all
I've
okay.
only found the least reliable,
That's funny.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. When we come back, we're going to find out about Josh's new series. It's Rise, right after this.
Still ahead on Live, Josh Groban.
That's a scene from Rise, starring Josh Radnor, debuted this week. Tell the audience what it's about. It's really like one of the, again, we talk about a show with heart. It's got so much heart.
Yeah, well, that's what really drew me to it. It was created by Jason Katims, who did Friday Night Lights and Parenthood, and he's just, he's an incredible storyteller. I would watch a lot of his shows, and as an actor, you're kind of like, oh, I want to be in one of those. Yeah. So then when I got I got an email that said Jason Katims wants to meet, Jeffrey Sellers producing, who did Hamilton, and it's about a high school theater department, but it's really about this town and different families, and it's incredibly inspiring and smart, and it gets you.
And your character is the English teacher who then takes over the theater?
Yeah, he's been an English teacher at this high school for about 17 years, and on a whim, he throws his hat in the ring to get the theater job. There's an opening, and he gets it kind of accidentally. It's kind of how I started acting. And,
wow.
Yeah, and he takes over the theater department. He's a little in over his head, but he's got some gift for it, for bringing something out of these students.
You can see that even in that scene.
Yeah. He doesn't know, like he says, he doesn't know stage right from stage left, but he knows an authentic performance when he sees it. Yeah.
What was it like the first day when you sit down for the table read? Do you guys all go, oh my gosh, this is a hit?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're always, it's a leap of faith to jump into any project, right? But we went to the table read. There was a huge blizzard going on. It was at 30 Rock. And these kids started singing these songs from Spring Awakening, which is the musical we're putting on the first season. And just these voices and the snow falling outside. And I remember I turned to Marley Shelton, who plays my wife, and Rosie Perez, who plays the assistant drama teacher, and we were like, whoa, this might be a special one.
Wow.
You know, it's really amazing.
That is great.
Yeah.
We're so happy. Congratulations. Rise airs Tuesday nights on NBC, so make sure you check out Josh Groban Rise.
Coming up next, Josh Groban is here. Be right back.
Monday on Live from the new series Trust, Hilary Swank.
All right. He's an internationally renowned singer, songwriter, actor, and one of our pals. Please welcome the very talented Josh Groban. I mean,
Josh!
Wow. He's a life changer.
I don't remember this swiveling.
It has always swiveled. You and I go the way back, the way back.
We certainly do.
I don't believe I've ever seen your face before.
It's surprising to all my friends and family and dog. Yeah, it's
I mean, you're always handsome, but you are gorgeous.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
stop it. Very boy-like, Michael says.
Yes.
Yes.
Ageless, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was the impetus to shaving off your legendary beard?
Well, I had it for a long time. I originally grew it out for a role. I grew it out because I did a Broadway show called The Great Comet of 1812, where I played... I played a Russian aristocrat, you know, Pierre from War and Peace, and so I put on the padded suit, and I grew out this big behemoth beard, and I did that for the role, and it was I kind of kept it just because I enjoyed having it so much, and I kind of felt like I looked like my singing voice for the first time in my life, and so I have now shaved it off for another role. I'm shooting this this wonderful new show called The Good Cop for Netflix, and we're it'll air later this year. But that was the impetus for shaving it this time.
So when you shave your beard, and you had a power beard, I'll tell you.
It was a power beard.
Power beard.
Oh my God, the lunches I had with that beard.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't even imagine.
The deals I did with that beard. Now they're like, get rid of this boy. We won't have him in here.
But take me through the process.
Sure.
Do you go to a barber shop? Do you handle matters yourself? Do you wax? What happens?
I handled the matter myself, Kelly.
No kidding.
I'm guessing waxing was not one of the paths.
Yeah,
waxing was not on the table.
Yeah, that was not an option.
Yeah, no, there are so many ways to have a beard removed.
We'd like to explore those now.
Yes, we would. And Michael, I think we have a clip. Do we have a clip? No,
take a look. Option number one.
Yes, yes. I chose to have 500 children pluck out every hair.
Hair by hair.
While incense were burning. It was a beautiful experience.
How
No, I just kind of like did the lonely, sad walk into my bathroom and just had a good long look in the mirror and just kind of had one of those, well, this is it, you know. And I just did the washcloth, and you have to do it in stages. You just have to kind of do the beard trimmer and then the oils, and then you just kind of say goodbye face, hello face, and. And you know, and then you.
I like that. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, and I'm turning to you, and you're going, it's true.
It's true. You don't want to clog your drain. You don't want to get ingrown hairs. That's really what. Those are the two missions when you're getting rid of a beard.
And your skin does freak out for a week afterwards. So you know, for the day after that I did it, you know, it was like, oh, this is fine. This is easy. And then like the next week, I was just like, don't look at me. I didn't leave the house.
Happy birthday! Did you?
Thank you. It was last night. My brother, my wonderful brother, hi Chris, he's 4 years younger than me to the day. So when I was 4 years old, we were planning on having a cowboy clown party, as you do.
Yeah.
And I got woken up, and we went to the hospital instead.
It's not twin. It wouldn't make you twins.
No,
right?
They're not twins because they were not in the womb together.
Okay. But they had the same birthday.
Much like you and me, we're
not twins, but we seem related.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
But you two have the exact same birthday, which I believe confirms my theory that people have mating seasons. I really do believe that.
Yeah, it seems like there was a planning process with the parents.
You know, my parents have been together almost 50 years.
Wow.
You know, and they... Maybe there's a secret to the schedule. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's you know, I was just a little bit late and he was just a little bit early, and it just wound up happening on the same day. And so you know, and when, you know, when you're 10 and 14, you're not going to be super bonded at that break.
Right.
But now we're like best friends. It's an incredible direction.
It's interesting. I think people see you and they think, gosh, what would he have done if he didn't pursue music and acting? And
we
they
have
think
some evidence.
athlete.
Yeah.
Athlete, yes, naturally.
That's what they go to.
Yes.
We have the.
Oh, look at that.
Now, what's interesting about all of this, besides the short shorts and soccer ball?
That was my Dear Evan Hansen phase.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, what is the cast from?
What happened?
Who wears short shorts? I remember that was. I just remember. Being yelled at on the field, just don't be afraid of the ball.
Right.
I was defense and I don't know.
So don't be afraid of the ball. So you used your hands. You put your hands up.
I just got out of the way. I was very quick, just not towards the ball.
Well, I got to tell you, you have not changed. Like that's the same face.
Same
face. Right.
Pele.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's and they don't make soccer balls like that anymore. Really.
They don't make soccer pants like that.
They don't. Sure don't. They don't make soccer players like that anymore. Let me tell you.
We'll be right back with Josh. Stay with us.
If you'd like to know more about anything you see on live, log on to our website, kellyandryan.com.
We're back with Josh Groban. So we mentioned the new Netflix series. Tell us about it.
So it's a show called The Good Cop, and it's created by this wonderful guy named Andy Breckman, whose previous work includes the show Monk with Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
And he's just so good at writing mysteries, writing these puzzles, and then working backwards. You know, he'll write the perfect crime. You don't know how anybody could do it, and then he writes backwards and figures out how he does it.
So cool.
And so I'm playing Tony Caruso Jr., who's this clean cut, hence the baby face,
right.
kind of very obsessed with playing by the rules detective. And the reason that he's that way is because my father, played by the legendary, wonderful Tony Danza, who teaches me something new every day on set.
No kidding.
He's just so great and so fun to work with, and a wonderful human being. But he plays the most corrupt NYPD detective in history. And so as part of his parole, we have to live together. And so even though he basically plays by completely opposite of the rules, he kind of helps me on the side. And he's also great, obviously great at solving crimes. So each episode is a new, zany, kind of interesting crime and murder. And so it's been fun.
Did you do all of those ride-alongs and everything?
Yes, I have done some of that. I'm lucky that Tony and I both have been fortunate enough to know a lot of members of various police departments, and to be able to talk about that stuff. You know, I did some training like early on where I'm like kicking doors down and shooting targets and things like that.
It's a physical role.
It's physical.
Yeah.
I have bruises. I know we were joking about my lack of athleticism, but I actually have had to do like quite a bit of stunts for this thing, you know, and so it's been really fun. Just kind of, you know, because my 9-year-old soccer-playing self, like, would have loved to have played this role. I mean,
it's all you do, right?
It's so fun, and every day you're on set and you get to be a part of that world is such a blessing. So I'm having a blast.
Are you going to soon be kicking down arena doors and going back out on tour?
Yeah, that's true. So this has been one hat that I've been wearing, and I don't really get a break. As soon as I'm done filming this in April, I go right back out on the road. I'm going to have a new album that's going to be coming out and a new arena tour. So
that's great.
Yeah, very excited.
I've been waiting for your new album.
Listen,
I have been.
You, as everybody knows, Kelly, you have the voice of an angel.
I do. I don't like to brag about it.
Yeah, and so, no, we're going to be going back on the road, and the extraordinary Idina Menzel is going to be joining us, and she's somebody who's not only a dear friend, but just one of the most exquisite artists. And so we're going to be hitting the road in the fall, and we're going to be playing everywhere. We played in Madison Square Garden here in New York, so please come along.
We will.
Come.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to invite Michael because I always forget clothing everywhere I go. Every time I've been on this show, I've forgotten a pair of socks or my belt. And every time, it's true, I will always say, does Michael have anything I could borrow?
He has a lot.
I have in the past borrowed a belt. I've borrowed socks. So
underwear, tight spandex, he's got it.
He's got it.
Josh Groban, you can go to our website for more information on how you can see Josh on tour. Good to see you, man.
Monday on Live from the new film Pacific Rim Uprising, Scott Eastwood.
I got 1 foot in.
You got 1 foot in. Well, all week long, we've been sharing advice for saving money with the ultimate goal being
retirement!
We wrap up March Money Madness tips for preparing for retirement. At any age, financial expert Nicole Lappin is here to walk us through the painless process. Good to see you, Nicole.
We have bags
So
of
look at
money
this, looks fun already.
Yeah, I see you brought your own props from home.
This is on television. Hello.
Hello.
So the first thing is think about going abroad. So you think of an exotic location, could be really expensive, but it actually could be a lot cheaper. The cost of living in a lot of places, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Mexico, is a fraction of what it is here. And a lot of folks are living off Social Security, which is $1,300 a month, which will get you like cat food in the States.
So move
a lot more
to a country where the cost of living is lower.
That's right. And if you do have like $4 or $5 grand a month, then you could live so large, I'm telling you, in some places like Guatemala, take the money, keep going, and get a full-on
Look at what you saved already.
for $300 a month. Yeah. exactly.
That's good.
And know your options. So there are a lot of retirement options. If you have retirement through your employer, you could potentially have a pension that you don't know about. You could have a shared profit plan.
Do we have a pension and a profit plan and all that?
You got it.
You got it?
Union.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's good.
Oh,
That's
nice.
great.
And if you have your own business, you have a whole bunch of other cool retirement options, like
here,
a
Vic,
SEP
you're
or
doing
simple.
well.
Here, come on, guys. You have a bunch of businesses, Ryan. Take
I have a
all
couple
those.
things.
The thing is, the 401k is like the darling of the retirement community, but she's not the only girl at the retirement party.
Okay.
So
Right.
just
All right.
get
I
around.
like
This
there's
is
a
good.
401k is a girl. I like
Yes,
that.
she is.
Yes, she is.
401 Kelly.
There we go. We're renaming her. Be an individual. So an IRA, an individual retirement account. You can take her anywhere you want to go, any place you work. So it's not an either or, it's a both. So 401 Kelly and IRA.
All right.
Get
Okay.
going.
All right.
Money, money, money.
The earlier you start, of course, the more it keeps compounding. So compounding interest, just a fancy word for like your money making money and then that making more money. But it's awesome when it works for you. It sucks when it works against you. So get the debt monkey off your back.
Debt
Pay
monkey.
the debt.
Four-letter
Pay
word.
your debt.
Get the debt monkey off the back, especially the higher rate interest. Yep. Because that's going to mess you up.
Okay, what's
Look at
next?
how rich we are.
You guys are ballers.
Yeah.
Find a side hustle. This is
Find
really
a side
popular, of course. If you
Ryan
have
is
an
the
extra
king of the
hand.
side
I actually have to
hustle.
go to work now.
He's
Bye.
Mr. Side Hustle.
Wait, why are you taking that money with you?
Here's
I have to
side
give it to
hustle.
the... Am I have to pay it to the government something?
Extra side hustle. You can do an Uber. Oh my gosh,
I got
guys.
it.
Sell your stuff on Etsy. You can find...
Sell yourself on this.
I don't know if they do all that. Etsy after
stuff.
dark.
Oh, stuff.
Yeah.
I thought you
said sell yourself. I was like,
You can't deal with all this money.
I don't want it to come to that.
Okay.
So even when you retire, you want to keep fresh, you can still do a side hustle. You can pet sit, like cat sit. I would pay folks to like let me hang out with their dogs. So you
Right.
can make money doing that. So
That's
get
a good
on it.
idea.
Rethink housing.
Okay.
You have a big old pad, like the kids are away for school, right? And you don't need all that space unless we're gonna have a dance party in there. You could take the equity in your house and then just buy a smaller place or
Right.
a condo and not have any payments.
Downsize.
We should do that.
Downsize.
Right, we should. We should.
If you downsize now, you live large later.
We should hurry.
Oh my God, should I help you guys?
No, we got
Okay,
this.
okay, all right.
We
Get
got
on
this.
with your bad self. Okay, think of a mini retirement. So there's a lot of pressure to have a big old retirement at the end of working for 40 years, right?
Right.
That's like
Right.
the grand finale. But think about taking little baby, like 1-year sabbaticals are super popular.
Oh.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Sabbaticals
A
always
gap
sound
year. Like a gap year in between working.
That's right. And then you can come back, you're more energized, or you can come back part-time.
Yeah, and like your brain works.
Your brain.
We got it, we got it.
We got it.
Come on, Kelly.
We got it.
You got this, sister.
Sorry.
So don't delay fun now, but you might want to think about delaying your Social Security payments. Yeah. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
So you can start with your Social Security payments if you delay them to 67 to 70. You get 24% more benefits. So if you're making $2,000 a month, it's about $2,500, which is $6,000 a year. So just make sure if you want to delay some of that, you can make a lot more bank.
Wow.
A lot more bank.
All right, this is good.
And negotiate your fees. It drives me crazy.
People never
people
negotiate.
do.
They think they have to pay whatever they're told to pay, and
Wrong.
you can negotiate your fees.
Totally. And if you have a bunch of accounts at one bank, you just call and say, yo,
Yo.
lower fees, please.
Once you start
Say
negotiation with yo, it's all
It's all
upside.
good after that.
That's
They can
true.
say, yo, no, or they can say,
But
yeah.
fight for it.
Yeah.
Fight for
If
it,
your
right?
money, it's
Yeah.
hard-earned money. Well, not
Exactly.
for you guys.
That's
You're
right.
just
And-
bringing
and-
money, but mostly.
There's so many fish in the sea,
Yep.
right? You can also say, I'll just take my business elsewhere,
Elsewhere,
sir.
goodbye.
And then you say, good day, sir.
They'll throw you a bone versus losing you as a customer.
I've always wanted to say, good day, sir.
And walk out.
And storm out
With
my
the money.
money
With
bags.
the whole thing. And be foolproof. And the fool is being us, of course. So if you have the money in your bank account, you're more tempted to spend it on shoes or whatever. But if it goes straight into retirement, you don't even have it in your
even know
private
you
account.
have
Forget
it.
about it.
And then
Right.
you learn to live without it.
Smart.
So straight.
I like it.
Hey, listen, Nicole's book. Listen, I want you to hear it. Rich Bitch has all the tips you need to get your financial life in order, so make sure you pick up Nicole's book.
Good to see you, Nicole. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Mwah.
Live is partnered with Zelle for Live's March Money Madness.
Hey, Kelly Ripa.
Hey.
Kelly Ripa's going to have a nice week vacation next week.
Yes,
have a great
I'll
vacation.
be on vacation. I will miss you.
I will miss you. Have fun.
I will miss you.
But we'll be back Monday with Hillary Swank, Scott Eastwood, Maria Menounos will be here too.
Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Everybody. Bye.
Enjoy.